Warning: this clip may contain greatly offensive content. Do not watch if you have a heart condition or are under 18. I'm not kidding, you will die. Hello bros and welcome to SFX of BroFive production and next part of Corruption of Champions. Start recording right here. So last time I was in that sand dungeon and I lost the virginity too. So let's go back to that dungeon then. Desert cave. I think we was in that. Yeah, we was in that. Let's head north. Just ahead is a familiar south of the Sandwich Cavern. It's a hen of sandstone archway buried inside of the dunes. Pearly eyes being breasted, lactating witches decorate the way inside, making it clear that you can what you can expect to find inside. Next, let's head north. Sacrificial altar. This chamber is clearly held for some kind of important significance to the witch coven. The floor and the walls are covered in shining white, reflecting tiles, and a large number of carved jugs ring the outer edge of the room. The entire place smells faintly of milk. Sniffing, you close in on the source of the aroma. It's emanating from what looks like a golden well, positioned dead center before you. The various containers also smell faintly of the alabaster tree, and oddly you can't catch even a single whiff of spoilage. It all smells fresh. There must be some magic at work. Peeking over the edge of the well, you can barely make out. It seems like a sea of milk stored below white cabbed ivory waves, sloshing around in the chamber so large you can't see the walls of it. It must be preserved through magic. There's a doorway to the south, one on the to the south on one of the north walls. Let's head north. Sand Mother's Throne. This chamber is a bit swirling vortex, magical colors each hue dancing around another in a coordinated motion. The walls are made of hewn sandstone inlaid with ivory engraving the upper the depressed must flowing milk. Ahead there is a huge white throne, also made from ivory. It is a magnificent piece of craftsmanship, clearly. You have found the leader's throne room. There is a robed figure atop of it. Approach. Reclining atop the interior carved throne is what only can be described as the Queen Sand Witch. The imposing statue exquisite woman must be over 8 feet tall when standing, which a quarter of the watermelon-sized tits are proud, 3-inch long nipples that clearly show through her fine silk robe. Those nipples are a bit too long, I think. They should not be that long. Platinum blonde tresses hang over her shoulder, so bleached they're nearly white. She glances down at your impressive white, unusual glowing eyes. Her iris are solid white and humid, leaving only the black of the pupils to the eye with. She inquires, "So you are the one to get my girl's skirts in a bunch?" The witch queen stepped her fingers considering about them. "Well, what brings on you intrusion on my cabin? You don't stink of corruption overmuch, like many in this land. But that does not mean you are not an agent of Letitia's. Explain your action, heathen, or be scourged from this chamber like one of Letitia's demons." This woman. She seems poisoned to attack. You had the best choice of action carefully. Do you simply explain the situation? Do you just fight her and explain later? Well, Well, if I'm gonna explain to her later anyway, so let's try to explain from the beginning. You explained that you came here to the portal from a place called Ingnam, sent as a champion to defeat the land from demons. Recording your travels inspiration here, you confidently explained that you discovered of this coven and your misconception about the sandwiches. They seemed to lost crazed as the rest of the land, and you had assumed them to be leads with the demons you found frequently. The queen which listens with rapt attention to your tale, but when you finish all she does is close her eyes, seeming lost in thought. You pause awaiting her reply, seconds tick by, they merge into minutes, you idly tap your foot, while will she ever get done mulling over your words? Suddenly Queen jerks up, looking you in the eye and a strange white iris gate. Your tail has the ring of truth to it as effect zero. I am the Sand Mother of this coven, and it seems we are not enemies after all. If you like, I can instruct my daughters to let you pass through the sands on iron. She spreads her arms greatly and asks, was there anything you would like to discuss? It's been an age since I had a new arrival to converse with. Let's see, I can tell them to stop attacking me. I don't have a problem with them, so why? Sand Monsters, Witches, Coven Statue, History, get Labuba, get Lactation. Actually, I need the Lactation. Get Lactation. Kanga Fruit, I don't know what that is. Approach. Actually, we can go back later. South, south, south. Leave. So I can go here a little then and then, and just. Actually, I'm gonna give her a hidden blow you. Don't question me. Oh, that's actually a pretty long story. Thanks, lover. I need this. I've been so busy. I haven't had any relief in days. Yesterday. Informs you as the wait, actually, I did play it like 3 days. So, yeah, that's in days. Informs you as she lightly strokes herself to full erectness. Is that even a word? It's a short trip and in a few pounds. She is ready to go. You glance around the bar, making sure all possible praying eyes are occupied. Feeling satisfied with your findings, you slyly shuffle your way under the table. You start as you look at Urta's massive prick, half for the impending satisfaction, half for the challenge. You can smell a salty aura emerging from her organ. Well, at least not half the organs from the people of Maret is lying on the streets. Making your eyes heavy with need, a voice in the back of your mind reminds you of the taste of semen. The invisible texture rules over your tongue and the saltiness tingles against your taste buds. The heat spreads through the walls of your mouth. Urta softly moans as you are hauled back to reality. As you open your eyes, you realize that you have taken the first several inches of the shaft, and have been gulping down her pre. The rickety clink of glass being placed on the table overhead reminds you that Urta is expecting some ecstasy soon. Ecstasy too. So you begin bobbing down up upon your order found its way into your mouth. More of her pre-seed bubbles its way down your waiting throat as they slide deeper and deeper onto her head bumping back up your throat with each thrust. You hear an audible gasp from Urta as she tries to disuse it by taking a loud gulp of her drink. Silly Herm, you know better than that. You decide not to prolong her agony any further, and with a deep breath you push her down your throat. You can feel her knees on either side of you lock in place for a moment as she catches a gasp between the teeth of her lower lip. As you continue to bob, you keep one hand locked around her base, pumping what you can suck down. Actually, there are no sounds, so I take off the headset. You reach past the... No, wait. Yeah, following again. Suck down. With your free hand, you reach past her testicle and give her CXXX. Yeah, there actually came a word that I have to X. That's not even a word. I can't say that. A taunting flick, forcing her to lock you once again. A shadow covers you, making you heart leap before realizing this is a barmaid. Hey Urta, slamming back awfully quick, aren't you? The barmaid says, poking some fun at the guard. Maybe I should bring them out in pairs, huh? Thanks, girl. Maybe you should. Urta reels back, obviously too distracted to have a choice to retort. You mentally chuckle, taking her a bit deeper and moving further down her body, dipping 3 fingers deep into her soaking key XXXX. Well, the female body part. And moving further down her body. A small rippling quake starts at her loins to jostle in the way slowly up her form, rebounding off the top of her scalp before trailing its way back throughout pleasure-shorted territory. When it reaches her tip, now lodged deep in your throat, all the seed that had previously occupied her Urta spits into your stomach. Suddenly you feel Urta's hand on the back of your head, forcing you to her base. From your new vantage point, you look up directly into the waiter's eyes. She gives you an alluring smile, winking and bringing a finger to her lips as if say, "Don't worry, I won't tell anyone," before humming lightly to herself as she walks away. You push against Urta's hand just enough to return to your visage, to your hiding spot in the shadows of the table. Still not then, just need to scroll down. You begin to wonder why no one else has noticed you as you begin to move on. Urta again looking up at the frozen face makes you wonder if you have her engrossed in pleasure that she can't do anything but sit petrified. Another pulse dominates her body. Her mouth slowly moves open further and further enough to make anyone who looks her way think she's drunk or daft. The hand on the back of your head forces you back down once again, and you can feel her ultra dilate. Here it comes, you caution yourself seconds before the first yet prices your jaw open slightly more as her seed travels through her tube. Actually, it's strange to have pretty much changed many of the words in this story to words that you actually can't say out loud. It erupts into your throat, propping itself into your stomach, another yet right on its heels. As the 10th pump pierces your phone. 10th? Huh. Seriously? Is that all they have? Yeah, it seems that's all I have. Strange. Seriously, that little. Prayers you form, you begin to feel very full, but Urta shows no sign of stopping as they continue to squirt her saved up storage into you. You keep drinking her down, sucking lightly, wanting more. You feel a strange tickling at your waist. You look down as best you can and realize your add-on has slightly distended. Elevator pump extends to more than 12, even more. Oh, I think I know what that is. She looks. My character now looks pregnant from has swallowed so much seed. I get that. You begin to lose count, begging the gods not to let your belly burst as it crosses the fifth new inch of blood liquid. Urta slides out of your throat, forcing you to swallow the clutching yes and leaves behind. Of course, as full as you are, you can keep up, making some of the begging to run out of the corners of your mouth and down your swelling form. Eventually, they subsides, dribbling her last over your tongue. Unable to swallow anymore, the sheens out, pulling between your legs. Still no stop to the story. You survey your new condition, finding your stretched belly mounted more toward the 9-month pregnancy. You slide your way back into your seat with some difficulty, fighting the wriggling, bouncing mass at your stomach over the now-shrinking room between the seat and table. By now, some of the patrons have realized what has happened, pointing, whispering, rubbing their stomachs, and pulling their hands away from each other to symbolize your new asset. You lift your current up off your belly, making your brief comes to a little further but stimulates showing of your come later orb. You glance at Dorota with blushes. Oh, honey. I'm so sorry. I just hadn't. I never expected. You reassure her that it's okay. You were pretty much asking for it. You laugh. Her face lightens up as she gives you a careful hug. Thanks, lover. She whispers in your ear. You're the best girl. You're the best a girl could ask for. Well, pretty much we both are herms. The waitress approaches as Urta releases you, glancing around the bar at the commotion. Quite a scene, you cast girly. She looks at your stomach. Would you like anything to wash that down with? The concept of taking more fluid is a bit too much for you, making you cringe and nearly lose your lunch. You shake your head and thank her, but refuse the drink. You say goodbye to her as you head back towards camp. Your stomach sloshing with each step. I actually have no chest day. Let's see. I need actually. I'll be back in 1 second. There, I'm back. I accidentally did a little mistake, but we're gonna hatch the egg now. Like lactation thing. Actually, let's explore once. Nope. Actually, I just looked up how you are supposed to hatch the egg. So that's what I did. So now I know how to hatch the egg. Whitefire. I can't cast a spell. Leave. Alright, here's the egg. You approach the egg and you found it illusion concealed cave. Through the light continues to pulse with the heartbeat overtone. It still just sits there, doing nothing. As you observe the egg, it glows bright. Guarded pulses as you overcome with sense of arrogance and strength. You feel somehow as if you could do anything, as you were superior everything, and no one could dare say otherwise. You stare at the egg's rhythm pulsation. As you do, thought realizes your pattern of the pulses. It's starting to say it's become erotic. I think it is. As if the egg were excited. For some reason, suddenly feel aroused, and the egg looks strangely inviting. You reach and out and have the strange impression of breathing. No, not breathing, panting. It feels like the egg is panting, eager for something, and you find its eagerness infectious. Placing a hand on the shell, you lean in and presses your cheek to the surface, listening. The egg feels warm and throbs. It pulses. Almost like lovers' chest just before you consume your feelings for each other. You have the strange urge to do just that with the mysterious egg. Actually, when I checked how you would hatch egg, actually you have to do that or the egg will never hatch. Well, not too long story, so we're absolutely gonna have time to hatch the egg. The light of the egg pulses rapidly, throwing strange illuminations of shadows over the form of you hastily peel off your black leather armor surrounded by voluminous robe. Too far gone, you recognize the absurdity. Your heart is racing so fast with excitement, lost, anticipation. It actually makes a tempo of the pulse from the egg when you care to notice. Tormented by the knee in both your mythic CXXX and your twat. That's really not a word you're forbidden to say, I think. Twat. Seriously, what is that? You awkwardly straddle the egg's upper surface, allowing you to grind your nether lips against the shell and stroke your shaft at the same time. That's weird. It as awkward herky-jerky act, trying to avoid falling off, but the sensations to make up for it. Your FXXX hole slides and grinds against the egg's hard, unleaning shell as your hand tugs and pulls your CXXX. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, I got 100% on the toughness now from drinking vitality tonics. Slides and grinds against the egg's hard and kneading shell as your hand tugs and pulls your CXX, finally reacting intensely. Your CXX spraying your semen into the air and spattering back into the eggs, mixing with the girlish juices from your nether lips to the soaking the egg surface, leaving slick with your mixed sexual fluids. It's no wonder that you finally lose your battle and slip off, landing hard on your back. You lay there gasping for air and only just starting to breathe normally again when you see what is happening today. Before your eyes, the version comes to an incredibly rapidly as your sexual fluid literally seeps into the eggshell. Then, when every drop has been drawn, the light resumes the normal rhythm. You stare at the eggshell change color from white to lavender. You look at the egg surface, an amazing examination for what trace of CXX. When you touch the cell, you feel the strange feeling emanating from the egg. Feeling of satisfaction and fulfillment. Whatever life force exists inside the egg may have been strengthened by your contribution. You can't help but wonder what the creature inside is. You know the egg emanates feeling and greater satisfaction than before, but still not enough. Maybe it will hatch if you feed it more. Yeah. Alright. I'll leave it X. Yeah. Let's give it instant draft. Egg comes milk. Oh wait, what the hell am I thinking? Egg. Let's give it once more. Egg. Alright, the egg is ready to hatch. Alright. Resting bonelessly on the ground and re-examine the motivation that lead up to the coming strange egg, you are startled when it shines brightly. Then just as suddenly it goes dark. Onward, you creep over to the castle, your extra wild sex toy to examine it. As you lean in, very slight trembling manufacturing steps in the egg, cracking, breaking noise and fill the air, as a tiny fracture begins to show across the egg surface. Warned just in time by them, you turn your face away and cover your head as your shell erupts into cloud of tiny fragments. As you huddle against the storm of eggshell shards, you hear a loud roar. Lifting your head, you find the egg gone. In its place is an unfamiliar figure wrapped in thin wisp of purple dust. It's huge, standing 7 feet tall at the very least. Its build lean and slender, with powerful arms and legs that end rectangular claws, completed with splayed-toed feet capped by meaning talons. Leathery reptilian wings roll from the back, and the creature reveals the impressive span of its chest and stretches them. The wings are comprised of thin membrane scaly flesh stretched between the promised bone structure, and the retina muscle replete with sharp teeth fit for an predator graze the world, and a large ebony horn curves around the forward from either temple. The a long tongue, long as a whip, slips out of from within the jaws of and licks its claws hand and then vanishes back into the mouth with lightning speed. Prayerfully fierce eyes stare at you. With the slit pupils and burning orange irises, the glitter shines even in the darkness. The creature is covered from head to toe with prominent shield-shaped scales. Its dorsal scales are silver and reflect light, while the underneath is golden color, giving a regular appearance. Your eyes are set upon the chest, where perky nipples just from the breast testing there. You size the creature's roughly an F-cup. Surprisingly, you sneak peek at the monster's crouch there. You see a scaly part of it two places. The lower opening unmistakably are... Oh, I don't want to read that. PXXXX. But from the slit just above the sun in distance, some 16-inch long PXXXX, unlike anything you've ever seen before. Bearing a rounded, elongated head and a series of ridges that give an almost segmented look beneath a pair of apple-sized balls fall into place heavily, leaving you no doubt that she is an hermaphrodite. Well, there's still a bit more to read though. Then we're gonna end this. You can only stand there and stare at the strange creature, normally dragging for what feels like hours. In the first break of silence flowing, who are you? Where am I? It continues growling. Curiously, it speaks your language, might as well consider ice broken. You introduce yourself, telling the creature that you helped her hatch from the egg. It relaxes a bit. Egg. Oh yes, that scene, since you saw it helped me. I guess I should introduce myself. You wait patiently, but all the creature really does is stare down at the ground, apparently struggling to recall its name. The last ember of hope. That's what my mind tells me. I assume you like the others will have problem with my name longer than one word, so I shall allow you to address me as Amber. As you can see, I am. It pauses, spreading its arms and wings floating. The last great dragon, it waves off, starts walking away. Now let's see what sort of place I will recall in my own. You watch the newly hatched dragon poking its nose into everything that catches its eye, and sighed softly as it stares to burrow into a small elevation in the cracked ground. Going to be an difficult one, it seems. Still, it does seem to be some kind of sex-crazed monster like the others weird natives who you met this far. Maybe the two of you can help each other. Like, she doesn't seem like a sex-crazed monster, as she says. Amber has been gained as a follower. Yeah, there's Amber. Well, we're gonna speak to her next time. Alright, stop recording here. So that was all I have for Corruption of Champions this time then. Well, hit like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. BroFive!